I recently visited a very famous art museum in my hometown in Potsdam in Germany, which houses a lot of Impressionist art, stuff from people like Monet. Now, these people painted in a very particular manner. If you look at these pictures, there's not a lot of detail, and the purpose was to invoke feelings in the viewers. But interestingly, these pictures are still quite realistic when it comes to proportions, the shape and topography of mountains, the behavior of nature, things swinging in the wind, the light is very, very realistic, how shadows are floating and reflections and stuff, but not a lot of detail, as you can see. Now, something similar should happen when you build good simulation models. You should have a good topology, a good representation of the structure of the system that you're interested in. So if you simulate a factory, you should have a structure where you have the machines, where you have transporters, where you have humans maybe. If you simulate a supply chain, you typically should have a structure where you have distribution centers and trucks and suppliers and whatnot. So you should have the topology realistic in your model, the right number of trucks, that kind of stuff. But you don't necessarily need to model these very detailed. So it is totally fine to have a supply chain model of the global Amazon supply chain with every single supply chain distribution center, very realistic shapes and lighting, but the distribution centers themselves not being very detailed. That is totally fine. And you build your models like an artist, like an impressionist, as long as this is where the model purpose is actually solved. That is the important thing. And this is what the impressionist painters also had in mind. They had a purpose to invoke a feeling, and everything was just working towards that purpose. And they wanted realistic proportions and lighting because that helps with the feeling.